Okay.
Whoa, that was so cool. It changed colors each time. Two scientists working side by side, coming up for a cure to the world's diseases.
Now oxygen, which is the green one. Disinfectant.
Go, do it. Oh, whoa.
I need some more.
What do you call that? What do you call that, June?
The experiment of red lava.
Ooh, okay. If you add some vinegar to that, that'll bubble up a little bit more. Do you want it to bubble?
Red.
Okay.
Now let's put the SB in. SB.
Acid tablets work. Pick one up.
This one.
Drop it in. Let's see what happens. Oh my word. That is so crazy. Oh, it's spilling over into the other experiment. The first component of the science lab is any kind of clear bottle filled with water or vinegar. Then what you do is you take about 3 to 5 drops of food coloring, and with those 3 to 5 drops of food coloring, it's enough to dilute it so the kids can handle it and it doesn't stain their hands. It's very empowering for kids to handle the colors by themselves. The second component of the science lab is an egg carton. My kids use this as a mixing tray. So the kids by themselves pour different colors into the tray. And sometimes they're going to put antacid tablets in it. Sometimes if I'm using the vinegar colored water, they'll just put straight baking soda into it. The third component are these little syringes that you get whenever you get medicine at the store for your kids. They usually give you a little syringe. This is very empowering for the kids to use because they feel like they're real scientists. My 3-year-old daughter loves it, and she can easily mix colors how she wants. And it's really fun too because, as you can see, you can make many different colors just by mixing. If your child is still putting things in their mouth, I would maybe recommend just using the medicine syringe and the colors. Even just with this and allowing them to pour some of the things on their own is going to be very empowering. And it's fun too because they get to mix colors. And it still seems like a science lab. Another fun thing you can use with your kids is this really fun product called Build-A-Straw. I got these a few years ago for my kids, but it's fun. It kind of creates a more of a science lab look. Now, I wouldn't use these if your kids are still putting a lot of things in their mouth, but you can put these into different containers and have a lot of fun with them. Okay, so you can make a hole in the lid of a water bottle by first pressing through it with a pair of scissors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil a little bit more and make a hole through it. Then what's really fun that you can do now that I have holes in both of these is I can take the straws and place them like this. We discovered that, I can get this one in there, that this can be really cool because what you can do here on this side is create gases that'll escape through the tube and go down here. And if you have the water up to a certain point, it the pressure of the gas goes through and creates bubbles on the other side, and it really creates kind of like a fun science look as well. Can teach them a little bit about pressure and gases, and that's really fun. So the backdrop of the science lab, to make it look really sciencey, is you want to get a whole bunch of clear bottles from your recycling, any kind, any shape. It's fun to also have a measuring cup of some sort. You could also have a funnel to put liquids into other things. So if you can just raid your recycling bin and get as many things as you can, it's really fun for the kids. Okay, so there's two ways to make carbon dioxide bubbles. The first one is taking antacid, putting it in a little container, and then just adding colored water to it. So it's either antacid and the colored water, or your other option is colored vinegar and baking soda. What we've discovered is the baking soda and the colored vinegar creates the biggest and best bubbles. Now, antacid has aspirin in it, so I would not let your kids use it if they're still putting it in their mouth. But if not, you can just put it into colored water and you suddenly have bubbles. And it's really fun. Now we're going to do a baking soda experiment. This is something really cool that my son and I discovered. If you put a whole bunch of baking soda in first, just scoop it in with a spoon. Remember, let the kids do it. It's so empowering. Let them do it themselves. Now, we're going to start with yellow to red to blue. And if we go from lightest to darkest, we're going to see something really cool happen. So here's the yellow. So it keeps changing color.